What's up guys, my name is Ron from Comics and Stuff, and in this video we are just taking a walkthrough through my recent trip in New York City Comic Con. Now keep aware guys, this is a last minute trip, so I had no plans going in there, and as such most of these clips are just like short clips, although I tried to piece them together to be in a digestible form. You guys will probably be upset with me that I didn't quite take the time to film a certain figure or something like that, and I may not know the name of most of the figures or something, so for that I apologize in advance. But this will be a two-parter because I found it just way too much content in order to try to cram it into one video. So I just decided to put it into two parts, with one video dealing with half of the booths that I went to and the other video dealing with the other half. So with that being said, our first booth that we did go into was the Good Smile Company. Now, I don't have personally anything from the Good Smile Company, but I do know of them, and I know that they deal with a lot of anime, and I'm personally an anime fan, particularly Evangelion, and as you can see, they did have a Evangelion, Rei Ayanami and Asuka, so, and although I do like pop toys, I kinda like how their look of cute features in a little figure, you know, I kinda like their look a little bit better. Don't judge me. They also had several Disney figurines, and I mean, who doesn't like Disney? Right here you can see Buzz Lightyear, there's also Goofy. I believe that figure over there is the Onion Knight. We also got some Attack on Titan figurines right here. And the rest, I apologize, I do not quite know their names. There's Cookie Monster, there's Elmo, so there's that. But again, I'm not quite familiar with all of these characters. Now these characters I do know. Here we have the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Raphael, Donatello, Leonardo, and Michelangelo. And no matter what, the Ninja Turtles look good in any form. Now heading into what I consider to be their premiere side, we had Evangelion Unit 1. Next to Evangelion Unit 1 there was a couple of mechs that I do not know their names of, so if you guys do know, let it be known in the comments down below. There are a couple of Street Fighter figures with Chun-Li and Cammy, as well as some God of War figures, which I found pretty cool. And going above that there is RoboCop and Kane from RoboCop 2. Big O right next to them. On top of them was two figures from the video game Horizon. We also got little figurines here that might be a prototypes, I'm not sure, but it is a Stan Lee, which is pretty freaking cool because I'm a huge Marvel fan, and anything considering, anything dealing with Stan Lee is awesome. And heading over to the Bandai section, there was a couple of anime displays along the hallway, so I just decided to give a record on that too. Over here we got Bleach, and over here we got Spy Family. And third on display along this hallway was Attack on Titan, and yeah, they looked really good. Next up is Tokyo Revengers. And over here we have Jujutsu Kaisen. And over here we have My Hero Academia. And since I've watched the anime, I got a little attachment to it. So personally, I think this was the best display along the hallway. But you guys let me know what you think. And here we have Demon Slayer, which looks pretty cool. I mean, it actually makes me want to go and see what this anime is all about, you know? And here we are at our destination, and I'm gonna start you guys off with the mechs because although I'm not a huge collector of mechs, many of you guys might be interested, so I clumped it all together. I do appreciate a good figure when I see it, and this first display showing the robot spirits and metal build, they look pretty freaking cool. And moving on from that, we're going into Gundam, and this is actually a mech. You know, this is a mech that I actually recognize, so it's cool seeing them in figure form. And they do look great on top of that, so that's actually an added plus. I mean, check those figures out, bro. And here we have the tiny session display, which I thought was even cuter than some of the stuff that Good Smile Company put out. Some, not all. But something about little mechs like this is just freaking adorable. On the next display, we also got High Metal R, Macross, as well as DX. And I gotta say, man, all of these mech displays were just like too much for me. I was getting a little tired from all the walking, plus I stood in line for about half an hour before actually getting into the building. So I decided to take a little break and view some Alex Ross paintings, as well as give you guys a little break from watching all these cool ass figures. And give you guys a reminder that if you haven't subscribed, subscribe, and personally thank everybody that has subscribed lately, because for real guys, all this little influx of subscribers basically means the world to me, so thank you from the bottom of my heart. Now with that being said, let's head on back to Tamashii Nations. And guys, I do not know what these first two displays were, and I recorded it too fast for me to see what were the names, but I gotta admit, that armor on that gold figure looks super shiny, and I hope it could be translated in film, because seeing it live, guys, it's really it's eye-catching. Now the next couple of displays I do know, with the first being Dragon Ball Z. As you can see, there's Goku, Vegeta, Gohan, and Piccolo, and they're looking rather cool. On the next display, we do have Sailor Moon, and guys, this display, no lie, makes me want to buy a Sailor Moon figure from S.H Figurearts. S.H Figurearts, you made me a believer. Back in the day when I was a kid in 6th, 7th grade, I used to watch Sailor Moon right before going to school. I believe they gave it like at 6:30 in the morning. So I'm definitely gonna grab me a few Sailor Moons. Don't judge me. After Sailor Moon, we did go into a display that was featured pretty prominently in the Tamashii Nations booth, and that was Ultraman. And guys, I don't know who is in charge of, setting up the lights for these displays, but the guy who is in charge of setting up the lights for the Ultraman pretty much killed it. Okay, maybe I spoke too soon. Maybe it's Bandai in general that just kills it with the lights, because here we have their Marvel display for the S.H Figurearts line of Venom, Let There Be Carnage, the Iron Spider. Of course, there's Doctor Strange, and the two doors clashing their hammers with the lights being perfectly shown on the hammer. So kudos to S.H Figurearts. And on top of all of them, we have Iron Man and Captain America from Tech on Avengers. Now, Iron Man looks like Iron Man, but when you get to Captain America, it looks like a cross between Iron Man and Captain America. I wasn't expecting to like it as much as I did, because in my mind, Iron Man and Captain America being mashed, it just doesn't seem to work, but somehow they made it work. And now heading from Marvel, we're going to the Squid Game display, and right here in the front there's various of their mini figure arts of the Squid Game characters. There's workers, there's the contestants. Now I don't know their names, guys, so forgive me for that. But on top of them, we had the Young He doll, and next to her we have 6-inch versions of the Masked Soldier, as well as the worker and the frontman. And here we have Brawly. Now this is a variant version to the New York Comic Con, and I thought he looked cool and everything like that. And although I'm not a fan of One Piece, I had to do a double take when I went through this display just because it looked so freaking dynamic. And heading from there, on this table we have a bunch of event exclusives with some Gundams, Ultraman. We also have Godzilla vs. Kong, and Madara Uchiha. And here, of course, we have more Ultraman figures, and now what I said before comes into play, because guys, if you can see it on the second display, you see that power-up feature on the second level guy? That shine right there, and that shine is coming from a little light bulb. Whoever did that placed that so well, and the effect looks so good in life. I don't know again if it's catching it in video, but seeing it face to face was just outstanding. Moving on from that, we're going into Elden Ring. I do not know much of this, but I did include it and it looked awesome. And up here we have the Star Wars movie realization Boba Fett figure, which is supposed to be 7 inches. And guys, I may not be the biggest Star Wars fan, you know, I do got a couple of figures, but I haven't really kept up to it. I'm pretty sure this is not canon, but man, this looks freaking good. Something about a Boba Fett mixed with a samurai just hits the right chords for me. And keeping up with the Star Wars theme, we had this 1/72 scale Millennium Falcon from Star Wars A New Hope, and they pretty much went all out with this display. Again, it's a plastic model, but the diorama surrounding this model just put so much effect in it, and Jesus, it looks great. And here we have some more model kits with Baby Yoda and Boba Fett. Again, these things look cool. And finally, what I think may just be the showstopper, the show stealer. We had to stop and see some Pokemon because we all need a little break from life and just remember what being a kid is like. But now, turn around, walk down the street, and you come across this behemoth of a display. After looking at this, I was naturally drawn to look at what's going on in here. And we got a couple of Vecnas for our first display, one 6-inch, one 7-inch. The 6-inch is an event early release, so I decided to pick me up that. Expect a video on that one sometime in the near future. And as we head further into the Stranger Things rabbit hole, we come across these 7-inch versions of the Demogorgon, Demodog, and Demobat, as well as plush versions of them surrounding a plush version of 11 with her nose bleeding and all. And over here we have a Target exclusive 4-inch versions of 11 as well as the rest of the crew. We also got a Demogorgon, and this just looks so freaking retro, so nice. I do think that I'm gonna have to go to my local Target and try to pick these up. And for our final display, we have 6-inch versions of 11, Eddie, and Hopper. And I think they look pretty cool. I think the likeness to 11 is a bit better than the other two, but you guys let me know what you think. But that's it for this video, guys. Like I said in the beginning, there will be a part 2, and in it we'll go through NECA, Super 7, as well as take a look at the HasLab Hell Charger, and I'll offer my sincere opinions to it. It might have changed my mind, you know? Anyway, if you liked this video, hit the like button. If you didn't, hit the unlike button. But subscribe because it really does help this channel out a lot. My name is Ron from Comics and Stuff, and I'll check you guys on the next episode. Peace.